some good things planned for the weekend. Maybe just resting. I don't know. What's up, guys? Titan Lifestyle with Big Dru.
What's up, guys and girls? Titan Lifestyle. It's Friday. We're back at it. I am back. I was gone for a couple weeks.
Yes, sir.
Feels good to be back. Didn't feel right not being here, but it feels great to be back.
Of course, man.
New York was a mess.
Yeah. So
it was a mess.
New York. So how was the experience out there? Was New York good or what, man?
It was an experience, but I'm just so spoiled. I'm originally from Boston, so I'm used to the up north, the gritty, the cold, and all that.
Yeah.
But I've just been spoiled. I've been down here for so long. It's so much cleaner. It's so much nicer. So much less traffic. I mean, going to the gym would take an hour sometimes when it's only a few miles away. It was fun. A lot of stuff is convenient, but a lot of stuff is inconvenient.
Right.
Like everything being close, everything is walking distance from my house.
Yep.
So up there, it was just like go, wait on the train, wait on the Uber, wait on this. Like a lot of sitting around and stuff. But other than that, it was fun. I mean, I had some good food, had some good workouts.
Yep.
Shout out to Bev's Gym in Coliseum for taking care of me when I was up there. So
yeah, man. So you got to go to Bev's Gym, hang out there, train there. I'm sure you got to see some of the guys at the IABB or
I saw Keem Williams
there.
over there. I saw Roxy over there, Pauline. I saw some of the pros. Worked out with a friend of mine, Bam. He's also a pro.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good time. I saw Steve Weinberger. Went in the office with him. Talked with him for a little bit and actually met Bev, the legend herself. So
nice.
It was good to actually see Bev. People always hear the name Bev's Gym.
Yeah.
They think it's Steve Weinberger. No. Steve Weinberger's like, he's associated with the gym.
Yeah.
But Bev that's the lady.
Yep.
I mean, they have pictures of her on the wall. She looks crazy, but it was good. It was a good environment. But I actually liked I liked the gritty stuff a little bit more.
Yeah.
A little bit too pretty for me, but it's definitely a high level gym. I like it. I like metal and I like sweat and no AC and stuff.
Yeah, so old school, hardcore gyms. I mean, it's good, but you're gonna have all these guys that are coming up, man. These guys they're not training like that. They're training, like top of the line facilities, like all the amenities. It's just a whole different, I guess, thinking or the way they're thinking.
Yeah,
compared to what we were back then.
I mean, it's kind of comparable to MI40 here in Tampa in terms of like the reputation that it has. The really nice equipment, the fitness celebrities that are there.
Right.
But, I mean, if I was living there, I'd probably train there maybe once a week and go to the gritty stuff the other time. But it was a good experience. It was a great experience.
Well, it's good to have Dru back. That's for
back.
sure.
I'm not going back. I'm staying right here in Florida.
All right, guys. So, listen, let's start off, obviously talking about therapy of the week or our specials of the week for this one. So, Titan Summer Package Specials are here. So if you guys are, of course it's summer already, but you guys want to keep tightening up, you guys want to keep looking better and feeling better too, right? So every year we bring out our summer packages, and these summer packages really, they cater around 3 different therapies for you. And these 3 different therapies can attack weight loss, energy, and other things just by their administration, the transportation rate, right? So we're going to hit it in 3 different ways for weight loss per se. And with this, there's an injectable, which is Tighten Up. It's an awesome vitamin amino acid injectable therapy that we have. It's one of our first good combination of B complex, MIC, right? It's got L-carnitine in it. It's got one of the branched chain amino acids in it. It's a really, really good one as far as that goes. The next one is we're going to take an ECA Stack Plus, and that'll be your oral version. So you have an injectable, you have an oral transportation rate, and the last one afterwards would be our Titan Fat Burning Cream. And that's going to be great for a topical use, hitting those areas that you want to make more aesthetically pleasing, shrink fat cells in the area, dehydrate the area so it looks really, really nice and tight. So this is the different things that you guys can get with these packages. And with these packages, you can really choose to what you want and get a great discount by doing it. So obviously we can do package 1, and that's going to be our ECA Stack Plus and Titan Fat Burning Cream, or ECA Stack Plus and Tighten Up. So that's one good choice that you can get at $220, and you can pick and choose which therapy you want there. So it's going to be a really, really good one. What's going on, Lexi, mate? She gave you a shout out to Big Dru today.
Shout out to Lexi. I saw her the other day in the elevator. Good conversation with Lexi.
Absolutely. Great girl. Awesome, looking great.
Another thing, too, real to touch base on real quick about the fat burning cream. It's a fat burning cream, but it also tightens your skin.
Oh, yeah.
I see a lot of women that are competing, or a lot of women, even if you're not competing, if you've had children, if you've had stretched out skin, or if you lost a lot of weight, and you don't really need to burn the fat, but the skin is still there, this will actually help tighten that up as well. So
Absolutely.
If you guys have a contest coming up, a show coming up, you have loose skin on your stomach. Everywhere else is looking ripped and ready to go, but that stomach's a little bit soggy skin. This will definitely help tighten that up as well. So even if the fat is gone, tighten up the skin. And again, you can put it underneath your eyes for the bags in your eyes and the wrinkles in your neck. So it's sensitive. It's not like putting, preparation H or something on your face, what people do for that stuff. That stuff's old school. We have way better stuff than that.
That was one of the main reasons we made it. That, and then we wanted like brides to feel good on their day, or mothers want to go out to the pool and wear a bathing suit.
Or if you're a new dad and you're tired from staying up all night,
it's true.
This
is true. Another big area that females usually do is right underneath the glute to the thigh area.
Oh, that skin fold.
They do that all the time, and and competitors we're using preparation H, and at this point this is a lot better. It's prescribed. It comes from a pharmacy. This is what it's made to do. Where preparation H, we know it's going to tighten the skin, but it's made for hemorrhoids. Right?
And not only that, it messes up your skin too. If you guys shave, a lot of bodybuilders, we're always shaving and stuff like that. Yeah. And if you're wearing a waist trainer, if you have a waist trainer on with preparation H, you're going to have a serious rash from the bumps, from the shaving, and it just irritates your skin. Again, this is sensitive enough. The Titan cream you can put underneath your eyes, and it's no burn. So
it's awesome. So whatever you guys want to use that for, ECA Stack Plus obviously has ephedrine, caffeine, aspirin, B12, and chromium. It's going to be great for energy. It's going to be great for weight loss, mental clarity, and focus. Boosting the natural metabolism too as well with the B12 and the chromium in there. So you can pick that. So if you want all three of them, it's $400, and you get ECA Stack Plus capsules, fat burning cream, and the Tighten Up injectable. So this is a big, big win for you guys. I mean, just alone with the fat burning cream and Tighten Up at regular price, that's going to be $360. So our ECA Stack Plus, I mean, you're going to save at least $20 to $30 to $40 on this package, depending on what dose you get, because I don't think all we're saying is it's 30 capsules.
Right.
So if you need the stronger dose, we're not going to be like, all right, it's more money. It is what it is. If it's a lower dose, it's the exact same thing. It's just whatever's for you, right? So you can also get package number 2, which just has Tighten Up and the fat burning cream. So just that alone would be $360 for those two at retail price. So you're saving $60 on that package.
Yeah.
So this is
it's almost like you're getting a free ECA when you look. I mean, ECA is not that much more than $60. So
that's what I'm saying.
It's almost like you're getting something for free.
You are. We're trying to save you guys some money for summer. Obviously, with inflation, all the other garbage that's out there. I said the other day on Titan Talk, we're not raising our prices at this point. Everybody's raised price on us from our pharmacies, our shipping, and everything else. The boxes they come. I mean. You name it, it's all inflated. So at that point, we're sticking the same way, and we were trying to save you some more money on this one. So take advantage of it if you guys like these therapies, or you haven't tried these therapies. It might be your time to try these therapies.
It's definitely time. It's summer. Summer's here. Like, it is here.
For sure. Coastline K9. What's up, guys?
Dwayne Day. Yo, I haven't seen him in a while.
Dwayne Day. What's up, dude? How you doing, man? Day. It's Rex Lunar. What's going on, guys? I hope you guys, we love you back, man. I hope all is well with you guys. Hope you're having a good Friday. If you guys can share this, share it. We're going to get some great topics now.
Nice. Lexi said she stopped in today. Great.
Oh, nice.
So she did stop in. Good. I talked to her the other day. Said she stopped in today. Perfect. Glad you came in, Lexi.
Lexi, however we can help, let me know. We'll take care of you, all right? So let's talk about the first topic of the day. Texas man who raps about robbing ATMs arrested for robbing ATMs.
This is the stupidest. I mean, it's like obvious stupid, but I had to make it a topic because why are people still this dumb? This isn't like, it's never happened before. I mean,
this has happened multiple times.
Yes, and even rappers are getting indicted for stuff
right
they
now.
Say. Yeah, I mean, it's. Why would you? The thing is, these guys robbed the ATMs, and they made songs talking about robbing the ATMs.
Yeah.
They took pictures with all the monies from the ATMs, and not only that, they rented a car from one of the rental car places that they easily tracked to find out who these people were. Like, you're gonna go rent a car in your name and then go rob an ATM with the license plate and all that. And think about it, you have cameras from the ATM, you have the rental car that can be tracked. It can be tracked. You have the rental car license plate, and then not on top of that, then you post everything on social media. Like, do you want to get caught? I don't understand.
I really don't understand.
And, they were doing it for a bunch of ATMs. It wasn't just one. So,
honestly, they wanted clout. I mean, listen,
yes.
If I was robbing ATMs, I don't think I'd put it on blast. I'd have a whole bunch of money.
Yeah.
That's how people get caught, even if there are committing crimes or they're stashing money, whatever it is.
Another thing, too, when it comes to money, when I didn't realize, some of the crimes, they're not punished like that. They're not severely punished.
Yeah.
When it comes to robbing banks, or if you're not really threatening anybody's life, or it's just you'll see people have a major bank robbery and get 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's almost like these people are thinking okay, is it worth it?
Right.
I could go do 5 years, or I could be rich forever. You know, so it's kind of like, it's not like you're going out committing crime or taking someone's life, or you're going to do life in prison. You can get an electric chair. It's crazy. I'll watch some of these documentaries about bank heists, and they're like, yeah, one of the biggest bank heists ever. He got 7 years. I'm like, what? 7 years? You know, so I mean, but it's just crazy that people are still doing this. Like, obviously they'll get caught. I don't understand. Like, if they want clout, that's great. But once you're in jail, you can't even check your Instagram page. You can't even check to see how many views and what people are saying about you.
I know.
So it's just like you're sitting in there hoping that you're blowing up, you know, in a good way, what you think is a good way. But, I mean, come on. This is getting, like, crazy.
It is getting crazy. Big shout out to Hawk Squad. What's going on, dude? Yeah, man. Look at
these videos. They got videos of...
If you're gonna rob people, don't put yourself on blast. I mean, that's pretty. It's pretty much common sense, guys. But it is what it is. So.
And the thing is too, they call him, and in a couple of the songs, he has songs called songs mentioning jugging.
Yeah.
If you guys know what jugging is, jugging means basically you're robbing someone that you have no affiliation to. Like, it's not like you're a retaliation. It's not like, you know, it's basically like you're scoping out someone to randomly rob. That's what jugging is. So they make songs how they're jugging people, basically finding innocent people walking the ATMs by themselves and robbing them. So they literally said exactly what they did, and they have video and this and that, and then now they're locked up. I want to know how much time they're gonna get, because if they only get like a year or two, it's gonna. I guarantee. You'd be surprised with these robbery stuff.
Where they were holding up guns, though, right?
Yeah, if they hold up a gun to someone's head or hit them, they'll get more time for hitting someone than they will robbing them. So it's kind of like, I'll take a black eye over 4 years. So
wow,
it's crazy.
Yeah, this is nuts. Definitely nuts. It's just stay safe out there. That's all I can say out there.
And all this promoting, I mean, I'm promoting it, not really promoting it, but I'm talking about it now. But a lot of these, you know, mass shooters and all this crazy stuff going on. It's because they're getting so much attention, you know.
Of course.
So I mean, this is another one. I'm sure there's guys out right now hearing about this, like, yeah, let's go do that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
I got an album drop next week. Let's do it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that they want that because they know the media is going to make a big frenzy about it. It's going to be on there forever. I mean, if we didn't give these guys that much prime time with their 15 minutes of fame, they probably wouldn't be doing it, right? And we'd be shutting down a lot quicker now. You know, you talk about things like this, but, you know, even murder, the mass shootings. But listen, you know, my old place was Chicago, man. That place is a war zone, been a war zone for I don't know how long. And then a report on that every day. I mean, even in that news, I mean, there's only so much they report on shooting and all that. Yeah. It's crazy. It's really crazy what's going on. So protect yourself in every way and make sure you're responsible if you are carrying a weapon. What's up, Rodney? How you doing? Chinese self-made. What's going on? Dylan, how you guys doing? All right. Jen Lynn, what's going on? All right. So obviously, if you're rapping, don't be talking about what you're doing if you're committing crimes. Even if you're not rapping, don't talk about committing crimes on social media. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, the only way I could see a rapper talking about something like this is if they did the crime, and then now they're out, and then now they're not doing the crime anymore. Right. So say, for instance, you knocked a guy out in a fight and you talk about it in a rap song. You went to jail and did 60 days because of assault or whatever, and you get out and now you're talking about that's fine. But not when you're still doing it. Yeah. Not when you literally have stolen items in your possession. Like, how stupid! Like, I got a rollie. I stole this rollie from the jeweler, and then next thing you know, like, what?
Over on 3rd Street.
Yeah, my God. I stole this watch from Michael the jeweler on 9th Street. Like, what the?
His name is 213 Jug.
213 Jug. Oh yeah, so.
Had to kind of do it.
Yeah. So it's like his rap name even has to do with, you know, robbing, you know, unsuspecting, or, you know, it's crazy.
You know, I mean, this is just crazy. It definitely is. So
robbing different ATMs in different states, having thousands of dollars in a car, and praying that he make it home. The thing is he rapped in the song when they robbed these people, and they were rapping saying, "I pray that I make it home and the police don't catch me." No, you're not. Like, you're praying that they catch you. Yeah. That's exactly what you got.
The cops posted.
When you make a rap song, make it home about bank jugging and hitting ATMs out of state, and don't make it home to Houston.
They posted that.
Oh my God. The cops are playing around. I mean, this is
crazy.
I
would too.
In social media, on these cops, sometimes, like, you see it, and you're like, oh my God, is this real? And, like, you really see it, like, this is real. You know, even some of these mass shooters, they were going on social media before they did the mass shooting, literally, and said that they were going to do it or they were going to do something like that, and nobody stopped them. So
yeah, there was a 10-year-old kid. You heard about the 10-year-old kid?
Which were?
He was either 10 or 11. It was recent. It was going to be a topic. I might talk about it next week, but there was a 10 or 11-year-old kid that had a gun and was planning a mass shooting. He was in 5th grade.
Oh, I know the one here for sure. There was
in 5th grade, right?
Yeah. There was one. It was here. Yeah, for Luke's,
crazy.
I think that was
5th grade. Like, this is nuts.
All right, so let's bring up the next one. So bringing kids to drag shows could become a felony here in Florida. So listen, me and Drew, I think we're on the same page on this. And if I'm not, or you are different, let me know. With drags, that's fine. I totally have no issue with drag queens or if you want to be anything else, right? But when we start involving kids, then we, not to say that to tell a kid it's wrong to dress like this, no. But for kids to be going to a show, right, and a drag queen comes out per se and starts dancing around, and then a kid starts tipping them dollar bills and their little, string, whatever they're wearing, right? Or their waistband. I think that's an issue to a certain extent for kids.
They took down the news already.
Yeah, it was a big thing already. And DeSantis is saying that he's probably going to make this. It wasn't even DeSantis. It was one of the Senate of Florida said that he's going to propose a bill to do this, and DeSantis said he was probably going to be behind it. This is a big thing. I don't think that we should be telling kids that, hey, listen, we should be doing this with them. Or any other, let's say, girl dancer or male dancer per se, right? I mean, we're not going to present a female dancer or a stripper per se, or close to a kid. I wouldn't anyway. I mean, I don't think that should be going on with a 10-year-old.
See, I don't understand. Like, even if it's not stripping, even if it's just like a pageant type thing where the drag queens are singing, or certain restaurants where they come out, even if it's not even a tipping, provocative type thing, I still think it's wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost like when you have the bathroom situations now where they have like bathrooms where transgender, a born man who now lives as a woman.
Yeah.
No, born man who now
lives as a
woman
right.
can walk into a woman's bathroom and stand up in a urinal, even though it wouldn't be in a woman's bathroom. Like, in other words, if I was a 10-year-old or 9-year-old kid and I walked into a men's bathroom and I saw what I thought was a woman wearing a dress and a wig, I thought it was a woman standing up, urinating in a urinal as a 9-10-year-old kid, that would screw my head off.
That would screw my head off.
Like, that would mentally screw me up. And as much as people say it wouldn't and this and that, and it does. Like, it does,
So this is kind of crazy, too. And this is not one of the topics, but it goes right along with this, what you're saying. So there's actually a college athlete, was one of these top athletes, right? And he went on a Tinder date. And the Tinder date presented themselves as a woman. So I don't know what this guy did with this transgender person, but whatever he did, and I'm not saying this is right by any means, whatever happened, he found out, obviously, that this was a male by being born by a male, right? And so he has the male genitalia parts, finds this out, and then I guess he must have did something, might kiss or whatever. He went out of control, and he ended up beating this guy to death, or a girl, whatever you want to say. He had a trial and everything. The jury actually let him off. So this was a big one, because it's kind of what you present yourself as too, and then what somebody else is gonna, I don't know. I mean, you could really mess somebody's head up if somebody's really straight and then they go and they mess around per se with somebody that they think is a woman but is really a man, and has a men's genitalia. That could really, really mess that straight male up per se, right? I mean, I think almost to a certain extent, right?
I always wondered what that was. Like, is it going to be a domestic violence issue if a man dates what he thinks is a woman, becomes a man, and then I always wondered what would happen.
I don't know.
If it becomes physical, then I mean, they have to treat it like they just showed up and seen two dudes fighting.
Yeah.
Like, they have to. I mean, I'm sure this is happening a lot more than just what we read about.
Oh,
especially nowadays with all this stuff's going on. I mean, people are probably getting fooled every day, knocked out every day. Like,
for sure.
And the thing is you're not going to hear about it because not like a guy's going to be like, yeah, I was dating this transgender. No, he's not going to say nothing. No. He's just going to beat the guy up or whatever.
Yeah, and then he could be mentally scarred from that point. I'm just saying he can't be. So Rista returns. IFBB Pro says it's totally wrong for kids to dress like drag or suggest he is a trans. A kid has not reached puberty or have really common sense. Stop sugarcoating it. It's wrong on the levels. Agreed 100%. We never said that we should have kids dressed up as trans for sure. And that's why all these states are coming under fire right now for gender affirmation of kids. So I don't think that kids should be going through any sort of change of gender before they've hit puberty. And to have puberty blockers to a kid before they've hit puberty, I mean, what are we doing? We're really messing up their biology on the inside. I mean, really, that's what's going on. You're fluctuating hormones. You're messing things up. They might not grow mentally right or physically correct or whatever it may be.
it's like they're aging their body faster than their mind, and it just messes them up.
You're changing it. You're playing God. You are. I mean, listen, it's one thing if you're going to replace hormones, right? Like you have low testosterone.
Optimal, normal.
And your own hormones, right? It's another thing when you start going against the grain. And I'm not, like I said, anybody that's an adult of 18 years old and up, you guys should be allowed to do whatever you want, right? Whatever you want. But like, for example, Dwayne Wade's kid, who's like, I don't know how old he is now, maybe 12 or 13, whatever, has been out like this and been in public, and he's like, yeah, this is okay. Yeah. I don't think that kids should be doing that. Even if the parents think it's okay for the kid to do it, and you guys can raise your kids however you want, I'd still think that there should be a set age before they can really start messing with hormones, unless they absolutely need it. Yeah. Absolutely, like something like is totally off. Like if you have dwarfism and you need IGF-1 or growth hormone, please take it.
If you're a parent and you are transgender or whatever, that doesn't mean just because you're transgender that your child can now become that too.
Right.
Because I see a lot of times,
needs to become that.
Yeah, like they're more open to letting their child make a decision because they're made their decision.
Yeah.
But they're grown. Yeah. So if you're a 30, 40-year-old guy that wants to be a woman, great, but that doesn't mean that now you want your son to be a woman too just because you are.
Yeah.
And but chances are if a kid's growing up and sees his dad slowly transition to a woman and the kid hasn't hit puberty yet, he might think that that's the normal thing to do.
Agree.
So it's kind of like, it's not like Caitlyn Jenner and all that where all the kids were kind of older. I mean, what if Caitlyn Jenner...
They were all females anyway.
No, but they were all females, but just imagine if there was like, if that happened and there was like a 10-year-old boy in the family.
Oh, well, I mean...
Then that boy would end up being another Caitlyn Jenner.
I know, yeah, you're right. I know his kids, Brody Jenner and all them, they weren't too happy about what he did.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy.
Like the women don't care. Oh, yeah, great, they have another girlfriend, but the sons and the...
yeah. I mean, think about that. Yeah. It's really crazy. Yeah. So, I mean, that's a whole different thing. And it is what it is, man. I mean, I don't know. All right, so Kim Fit said, I hate to be a single male these days. Absolutely. So would I. I would hate to be a single male, for sure. I'd give a big shout out to Drew right now because at that point it's hard, or even Art, or anybody around me that's single. I live vicariously through them.
You see the Hulk squad.
And yet, at 40, every commercial on TV is telling a man to take testosterone, feel more like a man. Why aren't they testing these younger kids to see maybe there's a possible chemical imbalance? Yeah. So, listen, I agree with you 100%.
I never thought about that.
So, what we do, and this is what I did for my son. So, at that point, I blood tested him. I ran all the panels we'd run on a person that we would go through, right? Because the kids are going to have the exact same thing. And if you put their age in the bracket, right, it's going to have their years. So it kind of breaks down a little bit different because, our panel is like a male panel. So it's 18 to 60-something years old, right? But when you start doing younger ones, and if they see that, they'll break down the age groups of where the testosterone should be on both free and total testosterone levels. So it might be a little bit lower, per se, for 1100 at the top. But the next guy is higher and higher and higher. It's crazy how it works up. But yeah, we should definitely look at this because, we're putting kids on antidepressants, maybe Adderall, all these different things, or even their food choices that they can't even choose because the parent's going to choose what the kid eats. So if they're vegan, they're going to eat vegan. And there's nothing wrong with vegan. If they're carnivore, they're going to eat carnivore, whatever it is. Yeah. But that could be affecting hormones and such too. These different things. All these different things, environment, where they're living at. This could be affecting their hormones too. So I mean,
I don't even feel it's right for parents to be trans in front of their kids, unless their kids are 18. If there's a guy that wants to be a woman and dress and live as a woman, that's fine. If he's in the privacy of around adults, but if he has a child, especially a young boy, for him to see that, to see his dad, one day he has a beard, the next day he shaves off, he's wearing a dress, especially if they go back and forth. Yeah. Just imagine how confusing that would be for a young child to see one day his dad and one day it's his mom, one day it's his dad, and then back and forth, and he even has to go back and forth using those terms. One day it's my dad, one day it's my mom. He's gonna grow up, well, you know what? Today I feel like wearing a dress. Tomorrow I feel like wearing jeans. No, that's wrong. That's wrong.
It definitely shouldn't be like that. I mean, I just say
these kids are exposed to way too much. It's messing up the world, literally.
It's going to be bad. Right now, it's bad, right? Yeah. Think about when those kids that are 8, 9, 10 years old get in place to where we're at. So let's say 20 or 30 years. I'm
There's going to be a sign that just says bathroom. It's going to have an X on it.
There already is.
Yeah, it's going to be like all of them. It's going to just say bathroom. It's going to be like,
Holding outlets said if they can make a man pay child support and get arrested until he or she is 18, the parents should be arrested if they want to change their age of 18. Or, change it. We are enabling this behavior. Want to change before the age of 18. So, basically changing genders before 18 years old. So, we are enabling this behavior. But I think, like I said, I think the majority of the country, or at least half the country, does feel this way too. And this is where you're seeing these laws come into play about these guys or doctors not being able to help kids, before the age of 18 as far as gender affirmation or changing genders in any way or taking puberty blockers. I mean, taking puberty blockers? What are we doing? You're going against your natural body right there.
Insane.
It's crazy. All right, so let's get to the next topic. A woman got an STD in a car. Geico may have to pay for $5.2 million.
$5.2 million. At first, I was
How
like,
did
"How
this
is this
happen?
How is it even possible?" Make a long story short, a woman had sex in a car, got an STD, and then somehow Geico, because it happened in the car, is paying her. They just gave her initial MO. That's the lady's name.
Yeah.
They're paying her $5.2 million basically because. Pain and suffering and blah, blah, blah. And then because it happened in the car was insured by Geico and all this crazy. Literally $5.2 million paid, and then Geico has to pay the $5.2 million to the place so they can pay her. $5.2 million. The vehicle and the car insurance policy should provide coverage for her injuries and losses.
Yeah.
So since she was injured technically with the getting an STD and pain and suffering and all this stuff, so basically, if you want to,
There's an argument to that, though. It's possible because it's just litigation.
No, I mean, what they're saying is this. They're saying, wow.
Yeah,
because the car insurance covers the lawsuit portion of it. So at that point, that's where the injuries and law. Man.
It covers injuries and losses. So injuries is the disease, losses is the pain and suffering, and blah blah blah. And I think it's a disease that can't be cured.
Look, it actually got it too.
Wow, man had
infected. She won 5.2.
Wow.
Yeah, which were to be paid by Geico. What the?
So
that's just such a glitch in the system.
Wow. At this point, wow. I mean, listen, you can get infected by HPV. Pretty much. By half the population. Now, the younger people there is a vaccine that they take. Like Peter's already taken the HPV vaccination, so he'll never get it. So it'll eventually get its way out of our circulation if people get the vaccine for it. But, HPV can cause cervical cancer in women and another number of other health issues. So I guess that's what they brought up in Missouri, man. This is really, really crazy. But this is a good thing and a bad thing, right? It's good this girl got money and everything. But this is a bad thing because now
everyone's going to do it.
Car insurance companies are going to be looking for this. Yeah. Your rates are going to go up because of this. So everybody that gets paid out these crazy amounts of money and these lawsuits that keep going through, it's only doing one thing. It's raising all insurance rates across the board. Because it's higher risk now to insure anybody. So because this could happen and anybody could do this. Think about it. And Geico does not legally get your medical records and say, does this person have HPV? If they do, well, now he's at even higher risk because we can get sued for this.
The craziest thing is now that this happened in a vehicle. The vehicle might not even be being driven. It could be parked somewhere, not even on a street. The simple fact that it happened in a vehicle and the car is insured by Geico, that basically means that now, people could use that for anything. Like, say if you get in an argument with your girlfriend in the car and she smacks you, or she spits at you and says she wants to kill you. Now you're in fear of your life.
Yeah,
she assaulted you. You have it on camera or if OnStar or whatever. But basically, she threatened your life and she intimidated you. And if it's while you're driving, now you have pain and suffering because now every time you drive, you're scared. You might be like, you're flinchy.
Think about that. So somebody now, beats you up in a car, you could sue them and get the money from their insurance company.
Yeah. And not only that, if you're driving the car, it's even more traumatic because now you could say, now I'm afraid to drive. Now I'm afraid to drive. Every time my hands touch the wheel, I get paranoid to drive. So now it's like, I think I might get in a fight tonight in the car. You get 5.2 million.
Have someone hit you for sure.
I'm gonna have
then
someone hit me.
just kill him.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell Sharice just.
There you go.
Bang.
I won't let her do it. No way.
Because that is coming from
I
you.
ain't trying to have my shirt rates go up.
But that's just crazy.
That is crazy.
Look at Hulk's guy got a good one. He said, "Wait a second, I thought Geico dealt with Geicos, not crabs."
Yeah. See what's going on here? This is crazy, guys.
Man.
This is really, really nuts.
And this guy right here.
And you know what? So the real Hoagie Pie, what's going on, bro? So I mean, even I do have a question about this article too, and they must have covered this as well. You know, did this woman date this guy, or was it one sexual experience in the car? Because if they had sex previous, she could have got HPV from that, and not just in the car. It sounds like it was like a prostitute type deal where they had sex in the car.
It says the woman learned she was infected with HPV in 2008, claimed the man knew he had HPV but failed to inform her. So she's basically saying he knew he had it, he did this on purpose, and this is my pain and mental suffering.
Yeah, but I mean, one time they had sex in the car, that's it. That's what I'm saying.
Bring it up. Yeah, they didn't even debate that.
They didn't.
Wow.
But they're just saying that she's saying that
I would have for sure.
She's saying that he knew, and because he knew, and blah blah blah. 5.2 million.
Was he arrested too? Go up there real quick. All right, go up.
Don't think so.
Go up a little bit. Up one more. Up. Right there. And arbitrary fund. Oh no. Okay. Wow, this is crazy. Crazy. All right. So guys, make sure you guys are careful about what you're doing in the car. Maybe wear a condom at that point.
You gotta just take it outside the car.
Eat Local Florida in the house. What's going on? We love our locals here. All right, so let's get into the next one. New weight loss drugs are very effective. Why aren't they widely used right now? So this is a good one, guys. I always like talking about this one, especially now, because I'm going to break it down for you guys. And this article kind of does too as well. So the new weight loss drugs that are out there, the main chemical component of one or mass of them is semaglutide, right? And they've got oral versions and they've got a couple injectable versions out there. So when we talk about this weight loss medication, it's FDA approved in two different forms. One, it does type 2 diabetes or glucose control, so blood sugar levels. So at that point, it's going to control blood sugars. Next thing it does is it's going to help with your hunger cravings, right? And it's going to help the majority with weight loss. Now, when we talk about this, that was the second FDA approval for weight loss. So for weight loss, you're talking about 15% of total body mass in their studies. Like I think they said in like 72 weeks. But we've had patients lose it 20 pounds in per se like 2 months, 60 days. And it works well for pretty much everybody. It's one injection per week. Now, there's another drug that just came out that's supposed to be even better than semaglutide, where they said the 20 to 25% of total body mass in the exact same amount of time. So that's really cool, and it's an injectable, the same thing. But let's get to the point of this. These drugs work. That's a fact. And all the practitioners love these drugs because, A, you can take it for long, extended periods of time, let's say the rest of your life, and there's no negative health issues with it. The only negative side effects or symptoms that you could possibly get with this is nausea, vomiting. That's pretty much about it. You know, you might get those two. There's like maybe two other ones that are very, very minor, or you can take something that's going to cure those little symptoms like nausea or vomiting. Very simple, very easy. Diarrhea was the other one, and stomach pain. But if you're taking the correct dose, you're not going to usually have these experienced symptoms that they're listing here. If you take a really high extreme dose, you might get all these symptoms listed here for sure, 100%. So with this, why can't people use these drugs if they work so good? Because this was a good fact here that I didn't even think was this high. 70%, Drew, of the U.S. population is obese or overweight.
Not me.
I thought it was 50. I thought it was getting to 60.
I thought it was 60.
More than 70% of the adults in the U.S. are overweight or obese, according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. This is going to lead to high blood pressure and type 2 diabetes, which then is going to spiral you all the way down to negative health.
It was like 10 or 15 years ago, like 10 years ago.
Dude, COVID the last 2 years, the average American was 30 pounds. Has gained 30 pounds in the last 2 years. Average American.
70%.
Over 70%. So when we talk about that alone, that is scary as far as a number that's going on right now. And this number is probably not even accurate. It's probably more than that.
Yeah, because a lot of people aren't even included in these. Like, a lot of...
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I know like other tests, other like, what was that? What was the survey people? What was that? Census. I know a lot of the census, they're not accurate because a lot of those people aren't filling out those census reports.
No.
Especially in the low-income
neighborhoods. Not answering the door for those people.
Especially in low-income neighborhoods and stuff like this. They're getting a letter. They're not dealing with it.
41% 2017.
41?
41%. 2017.
Oh wow, yeah, it's bad.
So
I thought it was 10 years.
This is a serious.
It's going to double from 2017 to 2027. It's going to double.
If you look like me or Drew, you're probably in the 5% of the population. Maybe 10. Maybe we got 10, but I doubt it. I would say 5% to 7% of people are between, let's say, 7% and 11%, 12% of body fat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to get close there, but that's it. We're the minority. That's the majority now, and that's why you see all these publications out there promoting very, very overweight people or obese people as that being the normal and healthy standard of today.
What are the ages? Let me see the ages.
Because think about it: if over 70% of adults, over 70% of adults are overweight and obese, so at that point, when we talk about that, then 70%, like stores, they have to sell to the mass population. So 70% of their clients are going to be overweight and obese. Yeah. You'll even see the mannequins have changed in the stores.
Yeah, they have fat mannequins.
And that's because that's the body type. Yeah. That's just we're not like it used to be. We're skinny and this V taper and it's not like that.
I'll tell you one thing. When I say I'm spoiled by being in Florida, because all the grocery stores over here have quality meat.
Yeah.
Even if you go to like Publix and stuff like that, Whole Foods, there's quality meat. They have all different sugar-free sauces and all different sodium, salt-free. When I was in New York, I was on a mission to find like sugar-free, sodium-free. Everything was terrible. It was just all bad.
Yeah.
And like even like the small like little corner stores and stuff, it was nothing but Mountain Dew and Doritos, no diet anything, no
processed
like the water
drinks.
Cooler's like this big, and then that soda cooler's like half the store.
Yeah.
Man,
that's how it is.
And the thing is what's going to happen is people are going to go into the store now and be like, oh, I'll get a pizza because a pizza is more healthy than a brownie.
Yep.
They're like, they're juggling it out.
Yeah.
Like
what's bad food is worse for me.
Like, oh, I'm going to eat a lean cuisine because it says lean cuisine on it.
Come on, guys. You got to help yourselves here, guys. You got to help yourselves. You got to fight the system what is producing all this bad food and all this negative stuff for you guys as far as health problems. And here's where we go back to the article and back to the point of this. Because that was a serious point on its own to talk about. And, man, if you guys don't take that in and really take it for yourselves and spread that on to your kids and educate them to maybe make them better, then you guys are doing disservice to you, yourself, and your family.
And it's bad that it's 70%, but it makes me feel good knowing that I'm not in that.
Of course.
Like,
of course.
I mean, it makes me feel good. Like a lot of times people see me, they're like, oh yeah, he's got crazy genetics. He can eat whatever and not be body fat, this and that. I wish I could. No, you guys don't understand. I eat clean now.
Yeah.
I don't eat McDonald's anymore, this and that. So it's not one of those things where, oh, I'm blessed and I don't have to.
Right.
No, I eat clean just almost like I'm in a contest prep. So
that's right.
I mean, I take pride in not being that 70. Guys, don't make it get to 80. It's 2017, it was 41. And that means in 2027 it's going to be 82. That means it's going to double in 10 years.
If you look at
so what is it going to be, 90 in 15
So
years? It's going to be like everybody? Like unless you're an athlete, you're fat? Like is that how it's going to be?
No, that's how it's going to be. Even athletes I'm starting to see, like, they're not the trimmest. When you start seeing MMA and fighters and boxers not really trim, like, dude, like, where's your conditioning at? Like, what's going on here? Like, I mean, to a certain extent, because back in the day, boxers, even Floyd Mayweather to this day, that shredded. Dude shredded. He trains. He's running. I mean, he's working, dude. Some of these guys, I mean, I'm telling you guys, it's not...
Well, nowadays
they're not built like they used to be. Let's put it like that point.
It's offensive to being fit.
Yeah,
there's too much fit shaming going on now. Yeah. But that's fine. But
it's because the majority of the people are not fit, and they're looking at it like, hey, screw these guys. Look at all of us. So I'm like, well, okay.
Like if I go to the beach, take off my shirt, people, oh, you take it off your shirt, you're trying to show off. No, it's 100 degrees. I live in Florida.
That's
what
where
are
we're
you talking
supposed to be, right?
But if a guy takes off his shirt and he weighs 400 pounds and has folds everywhere,
Yeah.
I can't say anything.
Yeah,
No.
he's brave.
No.
Yeah, he's brave. Yeah, he's brave. And
Yeah.
he's
real brave.
He doesn't care what people think, and
Yeah.
neither do I.
Yeah. Just looking better doing it. So Darryl Hogan Price said went to the pool on Memorial Day, and it was a sad look at the people there in swimsuits. 2 years ago, it was awesome. So even 2 years ago, we were getting better, I think, to a certain extent. But these 2 years have definitely set a lot of people back. And for some people, they didn't have the luxury like we had here in Florida. They were shut down, like literally shut down. No gyms were open, no nothing. But they still could have created something. They could have ran. You could do something.
Okay, if say for some reason all the gyms in Florida shut down, they locked up all the weights. There's no place to go with this thing. You know what that means? That means I'm going to diet harder. That means my diet's going to be cleaner.
Sit-ups, dude,
even if
all
I
day.
can't even do any physical activity, I'm going to make sure I'm going to have like low carbs, veggies, fish, chicken. If I can't get to the gym, if I can't work it off.
Yeah.
So I see all these people like, oh, I gained all this weight on quarantine. I'm like, yeah, well, you just sat around and waited for quarantine to be over. Well, I didn't have a gym to go to. Well, if you don't have a gym to go to, then maybe your caloric intake should not be as high as it was when you were going to the gym. Like, you just have to diet harder. I don't understand. I really don't understand why. I could see people not gaining muscle on quarantine because they can't get the amount of weights to push and squatting and heavy compound lifts, but not being able to maintain or lose weight.
Right.
Like, I mean,
You should have been able to lost a lot of weight. For sure.
Your food should be on point.
So back to the medication portion of this. A lot of people need this medication, right? Let's say 70% of the population that's obese that needs this. Now, insurance companies, the true fact of it, don't want to cover it because it's really expensive. These medications are very expensive. So insurance companies are saying, listen, unless you have a 30 for your BMI, which is pretty big, and then
that means a third of you is fat.
And then you've tried other different forms of methods your practitioner has. They're not going to cover it, right? I have a lot of patients that come here and they want to use this, and I'll just go to my general practitioner. Are you sure? Good luck on that, because I'm telling you. And at that point, they go there and they get turned down. They obviously come back. For us, we do a 10-week program for $550, which is very inexpensive. Usually a 5-week program of like Ozempic or Wokova or whatever it is $1,300 a month. So at that point, insurance companies do not want to cover it, and that's the big portion of why they don't want to do it. The second reason is because they don't got the supply. The demand is too high for the medication. Can you believe a drug company saying that? We don't have the supply because the demand is too high. So please, practitioners, unless they really need it, do not prescribe it.
That's nuts. How about make some more?
It's that simple, guys. It really is. They could do it. Who knows what else they're developing and stuff like that, and it might not be their most profitable, but it is very profitable. But here's where the insurance or the pharmaceutical companies probably are lagging on this. Why do they get paid? They get paid to develop new drugs and to really keep you healthy, because you have other underlying problems like diabetes type 2, which they can sell a drug for that, high blood pressure, they can sell a drug for that, and then you have other health issues that start downward spiraling that they can also sell you pills for. So it ends up being more if you aren't healthy.
Yeah.
And usually the leaner you are, the healthier you get. It really is true. Your blood pressure, your glucose levels will be more regulated. Not as much stress on your body overall or your vital organs. When you're overweight per se, or even a guy who's like Nick Walker, and if you guys don't know who he is, he's going to be probably Mr. Olympia here soon. But he's huge.
295 pounds, 5'7", and like no body fat.
5'7".
I saw him at the gym a few weeks ago. His waist was like this big with no folds or nothing, and he's almost 300 pounds, and he's like a foot shorter than me.
But it does put wear and tear on the body.
Crazy.
It does. Your body genetically is not usually supposed to have that much weight. Like you see Nick before he started, he was a baseball player. Really, he was kind of nimble. Even Phil Heath. Basketball player. He played in college, right? And then when he got out, he wanted to do the bodybuilding thing, and he got massive. But, it is what it is. You can hold on to it. I'm not saying that you can't live a healthy life being that big, but it is a little bit more strain on your vital organs, your heart, and other things of your body. So, that's why you see, like, if you guys do know some of these bodybuilding guys, like Dorian Yates. Dorian Yates, just call him a shadow, right? Because he was so big. Yeah. Now he's lean, mean,
lean, rides a bike like 20 miles a day, dude, or something.
It's totally changed, and that's why you could do that for short periods of time. But for longevity purposes, I don't know too many guys that have been 300 pounds 0 to 5% body weight. And
For 20 years.
You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't happen like that. So it is what it is. So we want to get people healthy. So if you guys are looking for semaglutide, we have this therapy in stock, ready for you guys at the pharmacies that we use, and we can help you guys out in losing this body fat, help you guys with weight loss, and help you guys get healthier, because that's the main thing. It's getting healthier. It requires no blood work. If you guys need any of our services, 49 states we service you guys in. The only state we do not is Idaho, and at that point, you guys can definitely use our services anywhere you guys are at, even blood work. So that's another main thing. And next week, I want to say this out to you guys. Next week is going to be Father's Day special for blood work. 1:30. I'm going to extend it to all you guys the whole next week. So at that point, a Father's Day special for you guys because it's next Sunday, and I won't get to see you guys after that for Father's Day. So jump on it, guys. Jump on it. All you males out there, you females out there, if you guys want to help your fathers out, your husbands out, boyfriends out, whatever it is, definitely you guys can purchase that panel for these males too as well, and they can get the blood panel to see what's going on. If there's any hormones that are off, we can optimize that too as well.
Now, do we have gift certificates? Can people buy gift certificates?
Yes.
So if you guys want to, even if you want to just surprise your father or whatever, buy the gift certificate and then let them know, hey, you could use this towards this.
Yeah.
So that way, if they want to use it towards that, it's something else. But again, I mean, don't even ask. Just get it for them.
Yeah.
They're going to need it. They have to be healthy. This isn't something like, hey, you want to go on a fishing trip? No, I don't like fishing. Everyone needs to know what's brother, if he has kids, if your father or your grandfather, whatever, just get it for him. Let him take advantage of it.
10-minute warning, boys.
Definitely. The other one, so at that point, semaglutide, the real probably ask the cost of it. It's $550 for a 10-week program. And usually in 10 weeks, and listen, people have lost up to like 20 pounds in those 10 weeks, and even more. So it really, and if you exercise and you're eating clean, it's probably going to be more. It really does take the hunger effect away from things. It's going to help with the nutrients releasing evenly and not sporadically or real fast. And it's going to help in a number of different ways as far as blood sugar levels too as well, which is the game changer for vitality and longevity too, for not killing the cells off as fast, which glucose can.
One thing too with Aries guys, if you hear the price $500, you're like, oh, $500, I don't know if I want to spend and this and that. Chances are, if you're taking Aries, it's because you want to lose weight.
Yeah.
So if you want to lose weight, obviously you're going to change what you're eating. So say if you go to Starbucks, you get a coffee every day with a caramel coffee, whatever. That's $7.
Yeah.
$7 a day times 7 is $49. That's the same price as your Aries in the cost.
Yeah.
So just by not buying your coffee and your bagel every morning, which is going to help you anyways every day, it's going to pay for that. I mean, it's cheap.
It is.
$7 a day. Like you really think about $7 a day, that's pretty cheap. Pretty cheap.
It's very inexpensive.
The $7 a day is $50 a week. Some weeks $500. $7 a day. I spent that today coming over here.
Yeah,
at
I
the
mean,
gas
you're talking
station
about
right there.
$275 a month for weight loss. That you know is going to work. It's FDA approved. It's going to help with a number of different things. So if you have those cravings, you're hungry all the time, this is going to help you guys out with that. If you have high sugar levels, this is going to help out with that too as well. So there's a lot of different things you guys can benefit from the areas in general that we have a number of different patients. I mean, I don't know how many, hundreds, if not thousands on therapy already, and they're doing awesome. I mean, I know Adam was on it for a while. I know Michelle was on it for a while in the office. She was on it for like 3 weeks. She lost like 12 pounds. She had
Crazy shit.
Yeah, one of our athletes took it and she won the challenge.
Yeah, she won the challenge.
That shit is the bomb.
Yeah,
It
it's
definitely
awesome.
works. Definitely.
Are you kidding me?
All right, guys. So we have the events coming up. 6/18, we've got Puerto Rico, NPC, Titanmedical Center is the title sponsor of that.
Like, here, I'll do
Also,
it for you.
6/18, we have Deke Warner's NPC
All right,
Puerto
fix it.
Classic.
So I start
Big
putting
Dru will be
up, like,
out there with
maybe
the Titan
CJC or
Nets. Will
something
be out
talking
there
about Deke Warner.
representing. It's always a great show in Orlando. So, guys, are in the Orlando area, come out, hang out, get a shirt, come talk to Drew, get a picture. I will be coaching a baseball game.
I think so. Okay.
All right, after that, we've got our Tampa Pro. So at that point, Titanmedical Center would be there. We're a big sponsor of this too as well. We got free B12 shots and amino shots too. So if you guys want a free
Yeah,
injection,
you guys better get there early. The line was pretty long.
they're killing it.
It wasn't like waiting long, but it was steady, which is
Yeah.
good. So a lot of people came. We're gonna have to bring some more.
oh yeah, for sure, 100%. We'll definitely do. It was a big.
This is the
big
biggest bodybuilding show in Tampa, guys.
Yeah.
So
Like,
every
just
year,
text the line.
Tampa Pro. It's amateur and pro, so
Like,
you guys
text the
are
line,
familiar with how
and I'll
bodybuilding
I'll
works.
text them back
You
right
see the amateurs and the pros all in the same time. Titan will be there. There'll be other people there. It's gonna be good.
gonna
more
be
pricing
awesome, guys.
Shout out Tim
information.
Gardner too.
Big shot, Tim Gardner. After that, we've got Deke Warner's NPC Florida State Classic. That'll be the weekend after. Tampa Pro will be there, 100% down in Orlando, rocking with you guys. We can't wait. It's going to be a great, great show again. After that, we have 9/8 to 9/10, which is St.Pete Art and Fashion Week. That's presented by and sponsored by Titanmedical Medical Center. We'll be one of the main designers in the fashion show on that weekend and be all across the different events. It's an awesome event put together by Donna Crowley and the Lux Fashion Group, and we're honored and privileged to be a part of this as a presenting sponsor and taking part of this event. It's for a great charity too as well. So we can't wait to see you guys out that weekend. After that, the weekend after that, we have another fashion show. This one was just impromptu too. My good friend Jason Skeldon. We were talking over the weekend, and he's going to put together an art and fashion show. And he wants to center to lead it off, start it off, pop it off with our energy. Nice. So we're going to be there in full effect, rocking it, supporting Jason and the fashion show. There's going to be great art pieces. I know it's going to be at the Floridian.
I was just thinking he's probably going to have the way Jason's eye is for art.
Nice.
That setup's going to be mean.
It's going to be crazy.
Like
Jason always does over the top like I do. Been good friends for a long time. It's just great. We've only done one event together, and this will be our second one. We're going to plan more. I think this one's going to be through the roof, and it's going to be a limited guest list.
Floridian. That's the hotel downtown.
Yeah. So that's going to be a great one. All right. After that, we've got Hurricane Pro. We'll be there 10/22, which is in St. Petersburg. Another Tim Gardner event. Big shout out to Tim Gardner Productions and everybody that's a part of that crew. Can't wait. It's going to be in our backyard. 12/15 to 12/18. We will be in lovely Las Vegas.
Time to get big. I'm coming back. I'm bigger and better, so I'm excited for this.
Can't
really
wait.
excited for this.
Big shout out, Dan Witter. What's going on? How you doing, man? All right, so Big Dan bought a badge. I appreciate everybody that gets badges on here. Thank you guys. Dan's been supporting everything. I appreciate you. All right, so after that, we've got, Olympia's going to be huge. So just get ready. We're going to bring a presentation like you guys have never seen. Titan bring yet, so it's going to be bigger and better than ever before. And we're like one of the main sponsors going to get opposed to it too as well. So we can't wait for this. Big shout out to everybody that's a part of Olympia. And putting on this great event, this great weekend, and it's going to be our first time back to Las Vegas. The last 2 years been in Orlando, and they've been great shows. But I think this one in Las Vegas, especially the first year back, is going to be one of the biggest and baddest we've ever seen.
Yeah, shout out to Dan Wood, Dan Solomon, Jake Wood, all those guys for bringing it back out there. They did a great job last year in Orlando because kind of last minute. I mean, the setup was okay, but it was great considering what they had to work with. But shout out for them bringing it back and getting out of the Orleans hotel. Getting into a good hotel. Planet Holiday
hotel, dude. I mean, dude,
the carpet smelled like a pack of
the rooms.
It smelled like when I was a little kid going to football practice and the coach would smoke cigarettes in the car.
The worst.
What are you doing?
The worst. Yeah, and it was just crazy, because I mean, this year it's going to be the expo's at the Venetian, and the show's going to be at the Planet Hollywood, Zappos Theater. So at that point, it's going to be really, really good. It's going to be an upgrade all the way across the board. I've been to those locations for other shows, and it's always top notch. So I can't wait for that. After that, or actually before that, missed out. 12/3 is Cause and Couture. So that's another Donna Crowley Lux Fashion Group item that putting this all together for us. Titan Medical Center is presenting sponsor and a part of this, and we're going to be out there rocking the stage and presenting some new fashions that we haven't. Can't wait to see what the theme is this year. It's going to be benefiting Autism Speaks, so it's for a charity event. We're not just partying for a good time, we're partying for good people and helping people out.
Nice. Donna Crowley always does a great job.
She does.
Donna Crowley, Pied Piper, like certain people, Deke Warner, Tim Gardner. These are people that always do well with us.
Track records, histories of putting on fantastic events. We're talking about maybe October, maybe doing the Carnival Piper, so we'll see what goes on there. Yeah, man. That's it, I think.
That's it pretty much for this week. Make sure you guys tune in next week, every Friday, Titan Lifestyle, 2 p.m. with me and John. If you guys aren't on the YouTube channel, hit the bell. Make sure you're notified of videos like this. Subscribe to our YouTube. Check out our Facebook, Instagram, and also check out the podcast. If you guys have an iPhone or Android phone, just Google search Titan Medical Podcast. You can listen to this show and like 100 of the other shows we've done.
Absolutely. You guys are going to love it. You guys can hear us on the road or working out in the gym or wherever you guys are at. Make sure you guys are keeping locked at Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. We've got things on there too as well. And you can hit the notification bell and be a subscriber and get all the great content. Dan, before you put in your order, you let them tell me before you put in your order. I'm going to do something special for you. I appreciate you guys. Thank you from me.
Thank you from me, my brother from another mother. We'll see you guys next week.